You piece of why does everything have to be so hard? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tackle putting the pedals in finally. I'm going to do the Z-bar. I got to put the ball into the side of the block. I got to change where the oil pressure sending unit line is. And some of that's going to be really hard to film. So I'm going to do the best I can. I know that I'm not going to be able to film under the dash stuff, but what I'll try to do is pull that stuff out, kind of show you what you're going to be taking apart and stuff just in front of the camera rather than trying to do it under the dash. So stay with us. Hope you enjoy. They've put a 90-degree fitting on this oil pressure line, and that's blocking where the ball goes into the block. So I'm going to have to do a little rearranging here. And as normal, I did not bring the right wrench. Got all kinds of room, luckily. Alright, so this thing, it's a fully mechanical clutch, no cable, no hydraulic, fully manual. So what we have here is what they call a Z-bar. It's kind of common in your GM stuff. And this particular one will work in a Nova and a Camaro. The Chevelle one's a little different. This bend is specifically for the Camaro and the Nova. But what you have in the side of your block, it's got a threaded piece, and that ball will thread into the block, and then it will slide inside of this. And then on this other side, there's a bracket that attaches to the frame and connects. So that's how you end up with a functioning clutch. So now we got to take this from here and get it in there. I've got the oil pressure port moved. They put a little 90-degree deal. It kind of was directly where the ball needed to thread into the block. So I got that moved. Now I can put the ball in and we'll get all this in. So I hope the thread, this hole's kind of clean, but knowing my luck, it will not be, and it'll be tight the whole way in. I guessed correctly. And that is super nice. Like that wrench is not wanting to work in there. I'm putting that ball in the side of the block, which would have been really nice for me to have done when I had the engine out. Yeah. But I had a stubby wrench, luckily, that I can get in there. I didn't have that hole cleaned out real good, so naturally it's tight all the way in. Oh, I'm getting it by hand for a little bit. Alright, I think we almost bottomed out right there. Naturally, it lands to where I need one more bit of tightening where the wrench won't hardly go on it. It's like you can see this stuff coming. Like, it's like you can call it before it even gets there, you know. And it probably could have used some Loctite, I'd imagine. All right. Okay, will you hand me that? I don't know where I laid it. The Z-bar. I don't know where I laid it exactly. Yep, that'll be it. goes there. And then now that little metal plate. Now I got to find something to fit this frame to put this plate on. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. Small victories. Small victories. Break these in. Preferably right side up. Get that over. Now we'll take this. Try not to put it on backward. We'll go there. I'd normally just use an impact here, but these things thread to the frame. So if you was to strip that out, we'd have to drill it bigger, and I really don't want to get into that. So we're going to go the patient way today and not have to redo the threads in the frame. We're going to call that good right there. And I must have taken it back. Need a 9/16. And we're in. Right there you can see the ball that we installed and the end of the Z-bar right behind the oil pressure line. Then you come out here and you can kind of see this is the bracket that goes onto the frame, and then this is the Z-bar, and the linkage will come out of the firewall and actuate the clutch. That's actually really smooth. The next step will be to remove this little plate that the linkage will come through. But it seems to, I don't know if that's undercoating or what. That's all around that, but seam sealer. But boy, there's a lot of it. I'm trying to keep it from being a vice grip job. Somebody's bent that down. So we're going to take a screwdriver and a hammer and try to straighten that back up to make it easier to get to the bolts. To be honest, that thing's a little more serious. That piece of metal is a little more serious than you'd think. Hopefully this actually comes off a little better than I think it's going to, because it's not acting like it wants to. Got lucky once. Let me get one more. Buddy, we got I got the ball in the block, the Z-bar on, the mount on, and I just now got the bolts out for I just got the bolts out for that plate that goes over the firewall for the linkage to come out. Gotta look at this. Like, You ever saw how these work? All right, you see this hole in the firewall right under the master cylinder? It's actually got a mechanical linkage that attaches to the pedals. And it physically, when you push the clutch, you know, it physically pushes this down. And inside there, you see the other side of it, there's another piece that's down. You see it swinging it back and forth? And that physically pushes the clutch fork, releases the clutch. Simple as that. No cables to fight with.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. Now for the really terrible part. I'm going to actually get under the dash and put these pedals back in. I already got the factory brake pedal out. And let's just say that's not real fun. And also there's a lot of springs and a lot of things that you got to deal with. Your factory brake pedal has this shaft, and that's all it's got. It's got a clip on this side, and that shaft pushes through. But in the manual side of things, the clutch pedal is actually the shaft now. So that'll replace all that. So once you get these pedals, none of the factory brake pedal stuff you'll use. You will be using like the rod and the spring and everything that's attached to the brake, but you use none of that original hardware to actually hold the pedal in to make it function. All right, so I got everything done under the dash. We officially have 3 pedals. There's no way to get the camera down there to really show you. It's tight. You wouldn't be able to see anything, but I figured I would just get everything out and show you. So when the automatic brake pedal's in the car, you've got a bracket that's shaped like this that slips over the brake pedal. It's got one pin that goes across and virtually the same lock that's on this. It does have a spring that's attached, so that thing won't want to just come straight out. Just keep in mind that with that pin, there's a little tab on it that's got a spring attached. If you drop the column down, unhook that spring, that pin will come straight out. So once you get that off, you basically just take this little clip, pull it out, pull it down, and it comes off. And then you pull this pin, brake pedal comes out of the car. Clutch pedal has this basically attached, so it is now the rod that holds everything. A couple things you want to make sure you do that I did not, and I had to take it back out to do it again. The new pedals, these holes that come in them, they paint all that. The pin will not go through on the clutch nor the brake. So definitely take you a drill and ream those holes to where your pins fit before you put them in the first time. Because if you don't, you will do exactly what I did. Take the thing back out, run a drill bit through, and then put it back together. So hope that helps you more than it did me. We got one piece left to install, and it's the piece that runs from the Z-bar under the car to the actual clutch fork. And this is what you use to adjust the clutch pedal. Basically, you got a jam nut, tightens up, you can back it out or tighten it up. This is pretty close to where I need it, so I'm just going to leave it right there. But I'm going to get this on, and that'll be that job complete. We officially have a fully functioning 4-speed transmission, minus the drive shaft. I ordered the yoke today, so I got to have that before we can measure for the drive shaft. But that should be in, it's Friday, so it won't ship probably till Monday. It'll be here Wednesday, Thursday time frame, and I'll get the drive shaft ordered. And also I also ordered the trim around the fender, the trim on the hood, and I apologize for the rain. I've got a brand new bumper coming, so we'll have all kinds of parts for all kinds of content coming up. So stay with us. Hope you enjoy.